ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां दयाकरं दयाकारं दान्तं धर्मप्रवर्तकं प्रणमामि दयानन्दं मदाचार्यवरं परम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। स्थाणौ पुरुषवद्भ्रान्त्या कृता ब्रह्मणि जीवता जीवस्य तात्विके रूपे तस्मिन् दृष्टे निवर्तते। स्थाणौ पुरुषवद्भ्रान्त्या कृता ब्रह्मणि जीवता जीवस्य तात्विके रूपे तस्मिन् दृष्टे निवर्तते। We saw the meaning of this yesterday. Sthanu means a post or a stump of a dead tree. The tree has died, but then because of lightning or something, and it is left like this, looks like a monster in the dark or like a thief. Either it looks like a thief or it looks like a Rakshasa. And then the person who has newly moved into that neighborhood has purchased a house, looks from the window and gets frightened. Why? The adhisthana of this monster is not known. What is the adhisthana of this monster? Post, the tree, the sthanu. So the Purusha superimposition over the sthanu takes place because the sthanu is not recognized for what it is. An unrecognized adhisthana gives way for various vikshepas, various kinds of adhyasas, various kinds of projection. We have seen all this in great detail yesterday. The projection is possible because the truth of that which is the locus of projection is not known. If it were totally unknown, the mistake is not possible. If the locus is totally known, then also the mistake is not possible. When is the mistake possible? When the locus, the adhisthana, is partially known. So what is the adhisthana here? Aham, Atma, Brahman. So Brahman, Aham is partially known. Aham as Brahman, Jagat Karanam Brahma, not known. Aham is known. Why? Even if I don't want to know it, I know it because I cannot deny myself. Can I deny myself? No. Are you here? Yes, I am here. This is what we will say. So therefore this self-evident I cannot be denied. So I can say I know I am, but I don't know I am Brahman. I don't know I am one with Ishvara. And so this partial knowledge creates monsters. What kind of monsters? Pratibhasika monsters. I see a monster lurking everywhere. The Jagat becomes Bhaya Hetu, Dukkha Hetu. So Dukkha and Bhaya, where are they? Right here. Oh no, there are terrible things in the universe also, like lions, tigers, etc. Not to mention snakes. Not the one we see on the rope, but the one without the rope, that snake. Yes, Of course there are dangerous things. And of course that is there. And what is that? There is a sahaja tadatmya. Sahaja tadatmya means a kind of a natural association, janmaja tadatmya, like from birth itself, with this body, mind, sense complex. And I have told you the tale of the Raja in whose court there was a Advaitin and an Advaitin. Yes? And who ran away after seeing the tiger first? Advaitin ran away. And upon being questioned, hey, you say everything is mithya. Why you ran away after seeing tiger? What was his response? Who said running is satyam? Running is also what? Mithya. So, somebody asked me this question, that, the Guru is without fear, you say. Supposing somebody sneaks up behind the Guru, and instead of saying Bho Guru, meaning this is a reverential way of addressing, you say Boo Guru. You frighten the Guru. Okay? Will the Guru jump? This was the question. And then I said, depends on what you mean by the Guru. No, see, I went and scared the Guru from behind, and then what happened? Guru jumped. Oh, it's only you. Then the Guru settled down. And so that means Guru is frightened. Doesn't mean Guru is frightened. If you ask the Guru will say, I did not jump. What jumped? Body jumped. Body, mind, sense complex. It has a certain built-in mechanisms to protect itself. That jumped. I never jumped. Who said I jumped? Because the I doesn't reside in the body, mind, sense complex for the jnani. So, so therefore, this badha, this negation of what? The Purusha on the sthanu, the sarpa over the rajju, all that happens because of Atmajnanam. So Atmajnanam makes the world a benign place, not a place fraught with fear, not a place fraught with terror, not a place fraught with dukkha. That is the idea. So the whole vision is corrected, just like there is no more Purusha, only Sthanu. Similarly, there is no more Sarpa, only Rajju. Like this, the whole thing is beautifully corrected. When Jivasya Tatvike Rupe Drishte. So when the reality of the Jiva as non-separate from Ishvara is seen. Don't look for it, okay? Don't say, where should I see it? No, seen means understood. When it is understood as non-separate, then what will happen? Nivartate. What nivartate? Jivata nivartate. Krita jivata. And as though jivata, that has been superimposed upon the I, which says what? Oh, woe is me, I'm not good enough, I'm an idiot. This is all jivatvam. The only difference between Ishvara and Jiva is what? Ishvara does not complain. That's the only difference. What does the Jiva do? Complain all the time. Feel victimized. Oh, woe is me, why me? Everybody else is having a good time, why me? Why it is raining outside? Why only here it is raining outside? The rain is not out to get you, okay? Okay, even if it were not raining, what would you be doing? Yeah? You would be doing something to win the Nobel Prize? No. Okay. And we don't, we are trained in a sense, this is jivata. The jivatvam trains the person to look for the dark side of everything. Always complain. And always hopeless. This will never happen. For all the other people, it will happen. Me, my karma, it will never happen. And they become sudden astrologers also. Overnight astrologers are born. You see, my Shani is in the wrong place. and my Shukra is not cooperating, and then my Guru, what can I say? So these are the three main planets, and then what to talk of Rahu and Ketu, the other mischievous planets. They can wreak havoc, and Rahu and Ketu are also in the wrong place. So therefore, I have not made any progress in life. Therefore, I don't get bothered to get out of bed every day or any day. Yeah, why? Because the planets are stacked against me. Everything is against me. This is Jivata. This is not you. Next time this happens, you just take your temperature internally and say, I am having a Jiva attack. That's all. Why I never have Ishvara attack? Because you are not open to being embraced by Ishvara. We can't say attack because Ishvara doesn't attack, Ishvara is you. You are not open to being embraced by that understanding. Yame vaisha vrinute tena labhyah tasyaisha atma vivrinute tanum swam. Kathopanishad. Nayam atma pravachanena labhyah na medhaya na bahuna shrutena. So even if the person who is complaining a lot and has no hope for the future, what will he or she say? He or she will say, oh, well, there is no hope at all, nothing will happen. This is how the person will talk, completely in the doldrums of samsara. And even if they are shown, you know what, this is just a spoof. Yeah. What do you mean, yeah? You have to get over it. Well, if Ishvara wanted me to overcome the ignorance, Ishvara would have made that happen. This is not the attitude. This is all Jiva attack. This has to be recognized as a case of Jivatva attacking who? Ishvara. But how can Jiva attack Jivata, Jivatvam, Jivahood attack Ishvara? As though, and when the as though is believed to be real, what happens? The effects of that are also real. Then samsara becomes, Jagat becomes samsara, Jagat becomes fraught with fear and sorrow. And then the person says, very, very sorry, I am a samsari. That is how the sad tune comes. So therefore, tasmin drishte, tasminneva brahmani, in that Brahman, what do I see? Jivasya tatvika rupa. The reality of the Jiva is understood as that Brahman. Then nivartate. What nivartate? The Jivata nivartate. The Jivahood retreats like a cockroach when you turn on the light after going into the room. So the cockroach goes under the furniture somewhere not to be seen. Or similarly, the Jivata goes away. And so this way, this is a very important and very beautiful verse on how to understand and assimilate the Mahavakya. Going further, the Jnana Phalam is going to be described. Samyak Vijnanavan Yogi. Oh, did I skip? What did I skip? Oh, I skipped a whole verse. Okay. Yeah. Tattvasvarupanubhavat Utpannam Jnanamanjasa Aham mameti cha jnanam Badhate digbramadivat Tattvasvarupanubhavat Utpannam Jnanamanjasa Aham mameti cha jnanam Badhate digbramadivat. So, talking about Jnana Phalam. Jnana Phalam means every few verses, this Ajnani, who is this Ajnani? The one studying this has to be repeatedly reminded. Why am I doing this? What will I get out of this? Otherwise, the person puts a stay order on the Vedanta study. No more study, like a court order. No, nothing is happening, no more study. So both the Upanishads and the Prakarana Granthas repeatedly remind us what is at stake here and why we are doing this. So the first thing one notices after the gain of Atmajnanam is that Anubhavat, not experience. Okay? Tattva Swarupa Vijnanat, which is happening all the time. Even when you are crying, saying, I am Ajnani, what are you experiencing? Atma. Satchidananda Atma is upholding the tears. So even when you cry, what is upholding the tears? Ananda. So you are not that Atma is not known, not because it is not experienced. It is being experienced all the time. Ignorance is being experienced. Why? Because Atma is being experienced. And then knowledge is being experienced. Why? Atma is being experienced. Dukkha is experienced. Why? Because Atma is being experienced. The original Atma experience, aham iti, is the one upon which all the other experiences unfold. The aham experience, the I anubhava, is the canvas for all the other anubhavas to unfold. The I anubhava upholds and manifests all the other anatma anubhava also. Anatma anubhava rides on what? Atma anubhava. Atma anubhava means what? That I am is being experienced all the time. Like the person traveling with Pujya Swamiji from Delhi to Dehradun. Huge person, very big person. Small 10-seater plane in those days. And he was so big he had to remove that handle in between himself and Pujya Swamiji. Just a half an hour flight. And then while it takes off, he sees that Swamiji is in orange robes, and with great difficulty takes off from his pant pocket one small slip. You from Rishikesh? Yes. I would like to see this. I have come to I am going to Rishikesh too, to see this Swami. Swamiji takes the piece of paper, reads his own name. What do I want to do? See Swami Dayananda. Now, is he experiencing Swami Dayananda or not? Throughout the flight? Yes. Whether he is experiencing or not, Swamiji is certainly experiencing him, because he is practically on Swamiji's lap at this point. So, then is it for lack of experience that he doesn't know Swami Dayananda? No. It is for lack of what? Knowledge. Swamiji could have played a nice trick on him. Swamiji would have said, yes, he is there in Purani Jhadi, please go have audience, and then he could have surprised him the next day. But then Swami Dayananda said, what did Pujya Swamiji say? I am this Swami Dayananda is myself alone. Saha eva aham soham. Swami Dayananda ji said, experience is dumb. It doesn't do anything. Experience has to be converted into knowledge. Everybody has dream. And in dream I won a lottery. Please tell me the significance of this dream. You see, then you go to a Swami to ask the significance of the dream means what? Dream who has experienced? You have experienced. Swami has not experienced the dream. Yet you go to the Swami. Why? To convert the experience into knowledge. So here also, Anubhava here is not experience. Anubhava is the understanding that this Atma experience underlies all experiences. All experiences arise from Atma as it were, sustained by Atma as though, and resolve into Atma. That is understanding the true nature. So, Tasmad Utpannam Tattva Swarupa Anubhavat. Tasmad, from that, what is born? Jnanam. This Jnanam is born from the exposure to the Shastra and Vedanta, Guru Mukhat. The Jnanam is gained, and this Jnanam, how long does it take to gain? Well, don't ask me, because now we are at the end of 3 months and I don't quite know what to say. Here, the author will dispute. If that is your conclusion, the author will dispute. What will the author say? Anjasa, instantly. Like even if I say this is flower, how long did it take for the flower jnanam to take place? Not long at all. Immediately. This is fragrant flower. Immediately you see. Why? Because if the pramana is there, and then if the prameya is there, and pramana and prameya are lined up, that which is to be known and the means of knowledge are lined up, prama has to take place, knowledge has to take place. You can't but know. Again, if I take this flower, hold it in front of my face and say, please don't look at this flower, only look at my face, you will not be able to oblige. You will not be able to oblige. Vastu tantram jnanam, we have seen this. Knowledge is as true as the object. It has nothing to do with me and how I feel about the object. So just like hat, cat, mat, rat, bat, knowledge takes place instantly. This knowledge also takes place instantly. But then, why do I come back to the next class? I come back to the next class because the various eclipses, Rahu from this side, Ketu from this side, Rahu for Raga, Ketu for Dvesha. They have eclipsed the heart and unable to see. Like even when the clouds gather, it's difficult to see the sun. Similarly, it is difficult to get in touch with my sunny nature when the internal weather is very, very sad and depressing. The sadness, the depression, the internal weather are all as though superimpositions upon the Atma was already talked about in the last previous mantra, that the jivasya tatvika rupa jnanat. What happens? Tatvika rupa jnane sati jivata nivartate. The jivata goes away. So in this manner, all this is completely taken care of. And so utpannam means that the knowledge that is the result of exposure to the Shastra. What does it do? It takes away ajnanam, all right, but along with that it takes away anyatha jnanam also. The last 2 lines will say. What are the last 2 lines? Aham and mama. These are the 2 hallmarks of samsara. Who did this? I, me. And as soon as you say me, very happy the person is. Who did this? Me. Oh, there is a catch here, suddenly. Suddenly I lifted the hand too much without thinking and some old pain kicked in. This is called instant karma. Okay. So as soon as you say I, then it is a setup for guilt. I told you this. And as soon as you say me and mine, it is a setup for sorrow. Sarve sanyogaha viyogantaha. Acharya says. Which Acharya? Sureshwara. Acharya Sureshwara says in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Vartika. Sarve samyogaha viyogantaha. All coming together is until falling apart. Every friendship is until the next fight. That's all. And after that, I don't want to look at your face. Puja Swamiji would say this very nicely. First, I love you, I love you, I love you. After that, I allow you to go. I allow you to go away. I think we need space. So, every friendship is like that. And then everything that is put together falls apart. Everything that comes together is until separation. And so the mamakara, this is mine, is what? Is a landmark, no, what is the word I used? Hallmark for Atma Ajnana. The one who goes saying, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, and I built up this and I did that. And even as people who are leaders, religious leaders, everybody has to be very careful. Oh, these are my students. What about the rest of the people? No, those are your students. Those are somebody else's students. What is this? My students means what? Have you branded them? Put a stamp on their forehead? Like cattle, the cattle belonging to one farmer, they put a little, what is that, some kind of a mark. The initials of the farm or the farmer, they will put it in the hot rod already carved, and poor thing, brand the cattle so that if it's lost, it is easy to get back. And they can claim, look, my initials are there, this is my cow. It's okay to do that with cattle, I guess. Or not, maybe that's not also okay, they should just be free and not be injured like this. But what about people? This is my person, this is your person, and if you are on my side, you will do this. What? Are you 5 years old? Your enemy is also my enemy, your friend is my friend. This is how children do. And so like this, and then now they have a new word in the young adult language, frenemy. What is frenemy? Frenemy kya hai? What is this frenemy? So we can take it in two ways. Sometimes it is used as someone who is kabhi kabhi friend, kabhi kabhi enemy. Sometimes friend, sometimes what? Enemy. Frenemy. And sometimes it is used to say, if you are my enemy, your enemy is my frenemy. Means your enemy is what? My friend. So in that sense also it is used. So like this, the me and mine are the hallmarks of the stupid samsara, and with Atmajnanam it goes. Again, we don't need all kinds of posturing. Saying, I am not the one having lunch, I am not the one going here, I am not this Shiva is going there, that Shiva is coming here. You don't have to do that. You can say I, me, mine even after Atmajnanam, but it is badhita. Badhita means sublated, negated by knowledge. It's only for vyavaharika, it's only in the realm of the transaction. So that you don't stick out like a sore thumb, you talk like others, you walk like others. Na buddhi bhedam janayet ajnaninam karma sanginam. You don't try to cause problems in samsara by talking like this, to problems in the world for other people who wonder if you have come from Mars or even some other planet beyond Mars. And so therefore this mama aham iti ajnanam and ajnana putra, putri. Aham is ajnana putra, mama is ajnana putri. So the children of ajnanam are also what? Nashta, when ajnana nashe, ajnana samsarasya api nashaha. So then a very nice example is given in the fourth line. How does this take place? It's not that new knowledge is given, because the knowledge is already you. It is just pointed out in the wake of which knowledge all the wrong associations go away. How is it pointed out? Like a person who is lost in the fog, On a foggy day, a traveler without compass, cell phone is just going. Imagine in the ancient times, and then they don't know. Is this east? Is that west? Where is north? Where is south? Where am I headed? They just know, okay, Gandhara Pradesha is towards the north. They know. That's all they know. I am from Gandhara, and this Gandhara is somewhere in the north. But where is north? This we don't know. Like even a sea, at sea, a boat that is somehow adrift, and the boat for whom the compass is not working, lost at sea, lost in the fog, lost at night somewhere. And so what does a good Samaritan, some stranger who is good, what do they have to do? Tap on the shoulder and say, go that way is your home. And then the Guru likewise for the lost jiva. And why is the jiva lost? Lost in the land of aham and mama, lost in the illusory land of aham and mama, trapped as it were in a picture of Maya. Supposing there is a beautiful tapestry, and then you recognize yourself, it's made of wonderful embroidery, very nice colored skeins of thread, and you say, oh, I recognize this looks like the hometown where I was born. OMG, such a wonderful artist. Oh, these mountains I recognize. Oh, is that my home? One small chota home is there. Yes. Oh, is that my family? Few stick figures are there. And then what? Suddenly you find yourself, first you were enjoying when you are looking at the tapestry, and suddenly identifying with the tapestry as aham and mama, you find yourself like a, what is that? A dystopian TV movie, or a movie or a TV serial. Sometimes what happens, you see people walking inside inside a movie, and they have become somehow some kind of a dystopian sci-fi movie. They have become part of the movie, and they are wondering, where are we from? How did we get here? How did I get trapped? Similarly, the person who was enjoying the tapestry from outside, so to speak, finds themselves, oh my God, I am trapped, let me out, let me out. And after that, you have to talk to embroidery Bhagavan. Who is that? Maya Shakti. Please embroider for me a little Gurukula where I can walk and then find redemption from this nightmarish trap. This entrapment in samsara is made possible by the non-understood use of I, mama, mine, etc. Aham, mama, all this is there. Therefore, I get lost in samsara, and for that redemption, somebody has to help, like this person lost. Where? In the fog, in the dark, whatever you can take. Somewhere where the visibility is not clear. Somebody has to come, tap them on the shoulder. The Guru is the good Samaritan, and the Guru says, that way is your home. Oh, really? What is the name of my home? Om. Om is your home. And in fact, it's not that way. Where is it? Right where the person is asking, right in one's own antahkarana, is the Om home. Om is the home, no other home. And so, like a person, very beautiful analogy, like a person lost at sea, lost in the fog, redirected back, similarly back to their home. Similarly, I am redirected back to my own home, which is Ishvara within as myself, by the teacher who has expounded the Vedanta Shastra. Samyak Vijnanavan Yogi Svatmanyeva Akhilan Jagat Ekancha sarvamatmanam Ikshate jnana chakshusha Samyak Vijnanavan Yogi Svatmanyevakhilan Jagat Ekancha Sarvamatmanam Ikshate Jnana Chakshusha. Samyak Vijnanavan, the one who is not Jnanavan just for name's sake only, the one for whom, in whom the knowledge is all properly internalized as I am this Brahman, I am non-separate from everything else, then Svatmani eva, in oneself alone, Akhilam Jagat, the entire Jagat is held in one's own heart. Svatmani eva akhilam jagat, we have to supply asti vartate. Vartate is better. So, for that person, where is the jagat? Right here, right here. The jagat is not somewhere outside that I have to put boxing gloves on every day and then box my way out of difficult situations every single day. Where is the jagat? Right where the I is recognized, Brahman is right there, and since the Jagat is non-separate from Brahman, Jagat too is what? Non-separate from I. This cannot come right away. First you have to do the pravilapanam of Jagat into Ishvara. First that has to be done. Why? Because like there are three orders of reality. What is the first one? Pratibhasika, Vyavaharika and Paramarthika. In Pratibhasika, everything is different from everybody else. And I am the victim of what is the other one? Sorrow. I am the victim of fear. I am the victim of sorrow. I am a victim of all kinds of inimical notions about my own self. Scenario 1. How do you bring this person out of this? The inner duality between the inner child and the grown-up is resolved. Resolving Pratibhasika. Pratibhasika cannot be straight away resolved into Paramarthika. Just like out of Tamas, you cannot go straight to Sattva. What do you have to pass through? Rajas. So similarly, from Pratibhasika you can't take a plane to Paramarthika. No routes and no tickets are available. It's always a connecting flight. You have to stop at the airport called Vyavaharika, because this is where you are on firm ground with all the wrong notions shed like a tree in autumn. All the wrong notions are shed like the leaves. Dried leaves that have no place on the tree anymore are shed, and just like the tree rejuvenates itself and grows new leaves, new ways of looking at the world, at myself and Ishvara are understood as a result of studying the leaves of the Upanishad. Studying the manuscript of the Upanishad, new ways of understanding myself is there, and so here the pravilapanam of Pratibhasika into Vyavaharika has taken place. In the Vyavaharika Satta, there is Jagat, Ishvara and myself, but they are all what? They are in a reverential relationship. I look at the Jagat as nothing but Ishvara. I look at my body, mind, sense complex also as Ishvara, and then this is the Vyavaharika. Vyavaharika Satta, I am firmly planted, and each time wrong notions come, I resolve them by putting them at the altar that is Ishvara. I say, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, take all these notions away. They don't belong. It's all myself, Ishvara, and this Ishvara too is myself, but that understanding is still pending. So what do I do? To hasten the understanding, I look at the entire Jagat as Ishvara. I Ishvarize the whole Jagat. And then, after being in this stage 2, stage 3 is what? Everything is me. Why? Because this Ishvara, which is the Jagat, which is the truth of me, is myself alone, nothing other than me. So the third and the final stage of Atmajnana pursuit is to resolve the Jagat, not in Ishvara, into myself alone. That is the final Pravilapanam. Pravilapanam means resolution. So Svatmani eva akhilam Jagat vartate. For whom? For yogi. For this yogi, for this jnani. Who is this yogi? Samyak Vijnanavan. The yogi, the one who has attained this oneness from yuj to join, the one who has attained this so-called oneness, because not that they were separate, but they have understood this oneness through what? Samyak Vijnanena, through the proper approach and the proper exposure to the Shastra. Ekam cha sarvamatmanam. The whole Jagat, Sarvam Atmanam, the whole entire Jagat of names and forms is seen as Ekam. How? Jnana Chakshusha, with the eyes of wisdom. With the eyes of wisdom, you see everything as one. In fact, what are these eyes of wisdom? In the Bhagavad Gita, 11th chapter, they are described as Google glasses, what we recognize now as Google glasses, special glasses. Dadami te divya chakshuhu, Lord Krishna says, you can't see, your eyes are only 3D. This whole Jagat, and you want to see my Vishwarupa is infinite D. Okay, and so you can't see your eyes which are made for 3D. Let me give you a new pair of eyes, the new pair of glasses by which you can see me. But then what happened as a result of that? Did it become Abhaya Hetu or Bhaya Hetu? Bhaya Hetu. Why? Because he could see the differences even more sharpened. Oh my God! Oh, OMG, what is this? How big this is? Oh, Krishna, what big mouth you have. Never saw you having such a big mouth. Oh, wait a minute. I see fire coming out from it. And all the bad jivas, the people who are adharmis, are being vacuumed into the mouth, into this ring of fire which is your mouth. And wait, they are trying to save themselves. Ooh, who is that in between your two front teeth hanging? Duryodhana, Dushasana, Shakuni, all these fellows are hanging between the teeth as though Bhagavan has not brushed properly. And then they are trying to save themselves. They are trying to completely save themselves. Are they successful? No. And Arjuna starts trembling. Dvaitadhi bhayam bhavati. So if one is not understanding this jnanam, how is this Vishwarupa going to be understood? Vishwarupa darshana means understanding the whole Jagat as Bhagavan, first stage, second stage, ultimate stage, understanding the whole Jagat as oneself. Not possible. So Jnana Chakshu here means the committed study of the Upanishad because and Vedanta, because of which this Jnanam has become Swabhavika. Swabhavikam Jnanam. This Jnanam is as familiar to me as my own name. Even in deep sleep, if you call somebody 2-3 times by their own name, they will wake up. So that name has the name that you have been more or less born with or had it since small childhood. That name has the power to wake you up even from the Nidra Avastha. So similarly, this understanding, what is my new name now? Brahman. I am Brahman iti jnanam has brought me out of the stupor of Atma Ajnanam, and I am seeing only oneness. Here one question can arise. Does the Jnani not see names and forms? So if the Jnani is sitting somewhere and 50 people are sitting in front of the Jnani, the Jnani will just see a haze or everything, or will the Jnani see nobody at all? No, because Indriya Vyapara takes place. Indriya Vyapara is again a Pramana Vyapara. If there is something to see, the eyes are open, sight will take place. If there is something to hear, the ears are open, hearing will take place. If there is something to experience and that mode of the portal of that experience is open, then the experience will take place. But for the Ajnani also this happens, for the Jnani also this happens. What is the difference? The Ajnani does not, two things. The Ajnani does not question the perception. The Jnani does not take the perception at face value. The Jnani says, Indriyasya arthe. The Indriyas are made for what? The arthas. Ragadveshau vyavasthitau. Ragas are there, dveshas are there, Indriyas are there, and they are doing their own things. And what is the fine print here? Tayoho vasham na agachet. Lord Krishna gives the advice. Don't come under their spell. This is the first difference between Ajnani and Jnani. As the Jnani's perception takes place, first the Ajnani, as the Ajnani's perception is taking place, Ajnani is believing everything that he or she is seeing. Oh, this is terrible, this is bad, this is good, this is... Why? Because the Ragadveshas are coming in play. They are adding the garam masala to this dish which is being cooked of Indriya and perceptions. In between, there is some seasoning that is taking place. So they haven't come out of Pratibhasika. They haven't been able to falsify the Ragadveshas. So the whole world is experienced all right. But how is it experienced? Along with one's own punctuation marks, one's own ideas, one's own wishes, desires, distaste. This is the first difference between Jnani and Ajnani. For the Jnani, there is the Ragadveshas have been tamed. So the Ragadveshas do not engage in the perception of the Jagat. So for the Ajnani, the perception is a partisan perception led by the Ragadveshas. For the Jnani, the perception of the Jagat is a objective, non-partisan perception of the Jagat. Perception takes place, but this is the first difference. And the second difference is that for the Ajnani sees everything as separate from himself, herself. For the Jnani, everything is an extension of oneself alone. That is why there is compassion in the Jnani. So if supposing something happens to my little finger, something happens. Will I say it is really remote? Meaning it's at the end of the extremities. So it's okay, let it take care of itself. No, I hug it, kiss it, put a bandage on it, even if it doesn't need a bandage. Then I wonder, should I take the little finger to the doctor, get it checked out? Does it need stitches? And the little finger is the hero, it is close to my heart all day. I put it to sleep, I wake it up, I make sure I don't give the hand too much work so that it will get hurt again. I put a nice pillow and rest the hand because of the injury to one little finger. Similarly, for the Jnani, nothing is remote. Nothing is remote. Everything is like the little finger of him or her. Everything is right here, right now. Nothing is remote. That is the compassion. We don't understand compassion. We think compassion means making sure everybody is happy. That's not compassion. That's not compassion. Compassion means seeing everything exactly how it is, and then if anything can be done to relieve the situation, it is done. If not also, that is also in place. That is the Jnani's compassion. Once I was going with Pujya Swamiji to somebody's house for bhiksha, and we were going there on the way, and she has said, please come at 12 o'clock. We were worried that we were already late. It was already 12:40 or something, because the talk before that took a long time. That lady in whose house we were eating had also attended the talk. She had taken Swamiji's permission, I'll leave a little early to go get ready. And it so happened that God knows what happened. Maybe she had to go shopping and buy some things, busy person, and she never made it to her house. In fact, we saw her car ahead of us, right there. And then I said to Swamiji, I said, we are going to her house, she is right ahead. And Swamiji was, I said, oh, what should we do? So Swamiji was what a beautiful response he gave. He turned to the person who was driving and said, let's pull off this road, go sit in a cafe, give her a nice half an hour, so she will reach home, little bit traffic is also there. After that we will go. So beautiful. No sense of, oh, she told us 12 o'clock, it's 12:45, she is not yet home. This is how Ajnani would have thought. This is how Ajnani would have thought. But for the Jnani, it is just like, okay, what would it be if I was in that situation? She is not different from me. This is how it was. Everybody was like that. And so it's not that you don't see difference. Differences are there and they are seen because this is Vyavaharika Jagat. So the Jnani belongs to the Paramarthika. So the Paramarthika Satta can easily live in the Vyavaharika Satta without disturbing the Vyavaharika Satta. And so doesn't need to do anything, and at the same time understands all this is Mithya. This is what is understood. Then what's the next one? Is it 47? Yeah. Atmaivedam jagat sarvam Atmanonyanna vidyate Mrido yadvad ghatadini Svatmanam sarvamikshate Atma eva. Oh, okay. Atmaivedam jagat sarvam Atmanonyanna vidyate Mrido yadvad ghatadini Svatmanam sarvamikshate. The last sentence says everything. Svatmanam sarvam ikshate. It's summarizing the perception of the Jnani. Svatmanam sarvam ikshate. Everything is seen as Swatma, oneself alone. Everything is seen as oneself alone. How? Second last line. Mrido yadvat ghatadini. So like all the pots are what? Yeah, this whole basket of pots is what? Clay. Everything is clay. Small pot, clay. Big pot, clay. Bigger pot, clay. Biggest pot, clay. Smallest pot, clay. And what is clay? Clay is Sat. And what is pot? Mithya. This is what is taught in the Chandogya Shruti. Sadeva somya idamagre asid ekameva dvitiyam. Idamagre, before this Jagat is in a place of manifestation, Sat asid. It was in the form of Sat. It was in a place of demanifestation, unmanifest, it was Sat. Now it is manifest, what has it become? Still Sat. Before also it was Sat. You can't say gold has become ornament. Remember that. Gold has not become ornament, Sat has not become Jagat. But to say, when we take away even conceptually the names and forms, like before this Jagat even was, what was there? Sat. What is there now? Sat. What will be there now after Pralaya? Sat. And then he continues, Yatha ekena mritpindena sarvam mrinmayam vijñātam bhavet. Vijñātam syat. Everything, by examining one lump full of clay, everything in the clay world is as though known, as well as known. You don't have to take a measuring tape and do a PhD on each and every pot. If you know clay, you know the whole world of earthenware. Earthen lamp, you know. Earthen figurine of Lord Krishna, you know as clay. Everything, you know. And so, what is this? All this Nama Rupatmakam Mrinmayam Jagat. What is this clay Jagat? It is Vikara, Mrinmaya, Mrid Vikara. It's a modification of clay. It is still clay. It was still clay. It is as though modification of that clay. Similarly, this Jagat is an as though modification of what? Sat. Where does it rest? Vacharambhanam vikaro namadheyam. Mrittika ityeva satyam. Just like we have so many names, Sharaba, jug, and then plate, cup, saucer, lid, figurine, earthen pot. We have so many words for the clay vikara, for the jagat of clay, for the clay jagat, which is nothing but clay vikara, which is all what? These are all arbitrary names the human beings have given. What is the difference between pot and jug? Oh, that's easy. Pot is like this, jug is like this. Yeah, but what's the difference? No difference. Both are clay. What is the difference? That which is the word that is sitting on my tongue is different. That's all it is. It's all nama matram. Nama dheyam swarthe dheya pratyaya. The dheya suffix is used in its own sense. So, this whole jagat is vikara, sad vikaram, as though vikara of this sat. There is nothing other than the sat. There is nothing beyond sat. It's all sat. Just like the gold world is full of ornaments made of what? Gold. Sustained by gold. And just like that we have strange names. Chain. And what else? What else do we have? Bangle, bracelet, anklet, ring. And there also there are subcategories. Ear ring, nose ring, finger ring. All these things are there. And so, this whole world of gold ornaments derives its existence from gold, sustained by gold, goes back to gold. What is the difference? Then what is the difference? Why count the ornament? This is Vak Alambanam, Vak Arambhanam. The whole thing starts with the speech. The vikara starts with the speech. The so-called modification is based on language alone, on word alone. Word is what? Pot. And it has a particular meaning that is understood. That's why when I show something, you immediately say pot. Whole thing is filled with word and meaning. Word and meaning, table, word and meaning, pot, word and meaning. And then what else? This microphone, word and meaning, room, word and meaning, Rishikesh, word and meaning, Uttarakhand, word and meaning, India, word and meaning. India is definitely word and meaning, because you ask America to draw India map, it will look very different from how the Indians draw the India map. Definitely word and meaning. Yeah. Apple, word and meaning. Galaxy, word and meaning. Black hole, word and meaning. Dark matter, word and meaning. God particle, word and meaning. Everything is word and meaning, word and meaning, word and meaning. The one in whom those words and meanings rest is who? Free of all those words and meanings. That is Sat. That is identical with the one who has this Jnanam of Sat, which is Jnani. So, Mridvat Gatadini Atmanaha Anyat Vidyate. It's very interesting. We are seeing this from the bottom to the top, all the way. Atmanaha Anyat Na Vidyate. All this is non-separate from this I, non-separate from myself. This is what? Atma eva idagum sarvam. Jagat eva Atma. Jagat Atma eva. So Atma eva idagum sarvam. All this is nothing but myself alone. Everything is a extension of me. Iti Svatmanam sarvam ikshate yogi jnani. More we'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om.